That's recording. This is recording. I think I'm in the frame. Let me tell you about my new marketing event / campaign / product.
Okay.
You're familiar with the keto diet.
Yeah.
These people don't eat pasta. So I come out with a squash-based pasta product called Impasta.
Okay.
Impasta.
Yeah.
I am pasta, right?
You are pasta. I understand. Yeah. Okay.
The marketing, the first commercial, the only commercial we'll ever release, is a diverse background of people, like a diverse group of people. Asian woman, black man, that's all you need. That covers the spectrum. They're looking in the camera, they're very serious. And they say,
Hey, where's the Hispanic person? Where's the Latinx person?
all right, we'll get one of them. And they'll be like really tall.
Oh, okay, all right.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotta get the full spectrum. And they're just looking dead serious in the camera. It's like, I'm pasta. Another one, I'm pasta. And it's just like going 3 or 4 of them, right?
Yeah.
And then I come in at the end with a clipboard, and I'm just like, guys, it's impasta. Impasta. That's the commercial.
Are they all gonna be swole? Like swole AF, like yolked up?
Why would they be yolked up?
Because they're on keto. It's keto friendly.
You don't need to be strong to do keto.
No, but like,
There's a lot of fat and protein. But what if they just sit down all day? Like, I know people who do that,
Yeah, but you're trying to market this. You're not trying to be like, this is actual keto. It's like, you're like, you want to be swole, you want to be tough and strong and powerful.
They don't need to be strong or powerful, just no fatties. That's my only rule.
No fatties.
So I couldn't be in the commercial. So diverse, but no fatties.
Yeah.
No, anyway, I thought of that in the shower.
Positive.
No, very body negative. Well, you can't market a diet product and be body positive.
No.
Like there was, you ever seen Halo Top ice cream?
Yeah. My brother loves Halo Top ice cream because it's keto friendly.
Their ice cream is mad shit, but okay.
My brother really likes it.
They have maybe the worst marketing campaign I've ever seen in my life. And it's like this fat girl, and she's in an apartment, and she's just dancing around in the apartment. And she's like eating Halo Top, being like, fuck yeah, I'm fat. Like, and whatever. And her neighbor is looking at her through her window, like judging her, but she's just there like shaking her body. And it's like all these things of like, I should do this, but like, don't fuck that. Like, don't let society change you or whatever. Yeah. And they cross out the like the should. So one of the shoulds is I should be a better friend. But it's like, no, fuck that. Like, eat Halo Top, be fat and eat Halo Top, but you shouldn't be a better friend. And I just thought that was awful. Like, that's an awful message. And their ice cream already sucked, and their marketing is terrible.
Okay. What's wrong? What?
Anyway, Halo Top. Fuck Halo Top.
Did you eat it cold or slightly warm? Like out of the freezer cold or something?
You're supposed to leave it on the thing for like 10 minutes, and even then, it's not good. It's just not good.
Okay. I've never had Halo Top. I don't. I'm not I'm not pro or against Halo Top. My brother might be for it though.
I'm of the opinion that if you're eating ice cream, like eat ice cream. Don't eat half-calorie ice cream that's like way worse than half good. You know what I mean? Your value for per calorie flavor is much lower.
Listen, I've never once in my whole life been like, let's go with the low calorie ice cream option. When I go to the store, I'm like, it's full calories and nothing.
Yeah, like Tillamook.
Yeah.
Their whole thing is, they have the best fucking ice cream. Their whole thing is like, we put all the yolk, like the yolk that people don't use, we put more of that shit in here so it's denser and creamier. It's like, give me that. I want that. Give me that cholesterol.
Their cheese.
Yeah, their cheese is great too. Big Tillamook fan.
I am a big Tillamook fan, even though it does horrible things to my tummy.
Oh, right. Yeah, Synovia took me to the Tillamook factory in Oregon, one year, a couple years ago. It was great. You get cheese, you get ice cream, you can get, they have other shit too, but you get...
Popping my lactose meds just like...
like Skittles?
Like an addict pops the pills, dude. I'm just like, we're in the ice cream tasting department. Bloop.
Yeah, it was so nice. It was a lot of fun.
I actually recently switched to Ben & Jerry's for ice cream.
My first year living in Seattle, I gained like 15 pounds just eating Ben & Jerry's.
No.
I was like, oh, what's for dinner? A fucking pint of Ben and Jerry's.
Can you make sure that my gain is okay also?
Yeah, we can stop it and play. Say, talk that shit.
All right, let's try this again. Ben and Jerry's. What's your favorite flavor? If you like Chunky Monkey, get out.
I like Chunky Monkey. Wait, which one's Chunky Monkey?
I don't know. I've never had Chunky Monkey. I was just messing around.
There's one that's like banana flavored, and I think that's Chunky Monkey. It's fucking delicious. But the cookie core is the best.
I've never had any of those. I only eat fish food.
Fish food's great. Cherry Garcia is great.
I don't like cherries.
That's wrong though.
I don't like cherries or berries.
Or Garcias.
I like one. I like two. I like two Garcias.
There's no good Garcias.
There's two good Garcias.
All right, let me test this. You'll sound like a crispy bitch.
Yeah. Do you ever want to? You remember like how people used to do the vocal fry thing? Yeah,
people do that.
Like this, and they're like, "This is my regular voice."
Yeah.
Why? It's so weird.
I think it's like a cultural thing. Like you get your accent from wherever you live. You know, I just said wherever you live. Wherever you live. Like if I moved to Texas or something, at a certain point I'll start saying y'all.
I already say y'all. I say y'all, but ironically, which is basically like it's one step away. Like I'm gonna stop. It's gonna stop being ironically at some point.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of how all of my like dumb slang has worked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why I'm kind of concerned because you keep texting me own the libs. And like, that's gonna be stop being ironic at a certain point.
We're really gonna try to own the libs.
Also, we didn't.
Are the libs? We don't own the libs.
We don't have notes yet.
I started it and then I didn't send it.
Oh, okay.
Because I was like, wait, are we doing Unity shit? Because if we do, then it throws a whole wrench.
Sorry, no. I think Unity is gonna be next week.
This guy. You're like next week, and then it's like
no. I said this week or the week after.
It'll be episode 69. You'll be like, yeah, next week.
Oh my God! Can we actually rearrange it so that it is on episode 69?
It'd be dumb as shit.
I'm an adult, I swear. Well, you saw like Tesla reprice one of their cars to like $69,420, right?
Yeah, the Model S is $69,420, which is stupid. Like Elon Musk is one of my favorite people in the world. Probably my favorite person in the world who I've never met. But
really?
Yeah. I mean, someone who's not like a musician or something, yeah. Like I admire Elon Musk the same way I admire like a Steve Jobs. Just like or Kanye West, but he makes music, so I put music on like a different tier.
I see.
But just like influential crazy people.
Yeah.
Like when Kanye West goes on rants, like I'm the new Steve Jobs, I'm the new Walt Disney, and people are like, you make raps, but like he's right, you know. There's like a one or two in a generation type influential person who changes the way people view a certain thing. It's like, yeah, Kanye West is like that. Kanye West is running for president. He knows he's not going to win, but like he's doing it because he said he would, and he has like a platform that he believes in.
Is he even on any ballots?
He's on some ballots as a vice president, like as a VP, but he's getting people to do a write-in for him. I mean, I don't know.
No, because I voted and he was not on.
Not in every state. You got to be you have to try to be on the ballot for individual states.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's running as an independent, so basically like
well, there is an independent on the ballot. Jorgensen.
She's libertarian. Joe Jorgensen is libertarian.
I like that.
Yeah.
But I can't actually say who I voted for because I voted.
You can't say who you voted for?
I don't think so.
Big Trumper over here. You can't say no.
No, I can't. Well, fair enough.
You can. You would have to have someone watch this at all, and then you'd have to have them be like on the thing of voter people. I think if you post a picture of your ballot,
that's voter fraud.
Yeah, well, it's not. I don't know if it's fraud. I don't know shit. I just know that people say that you can't take a picture of your ballot after you've done it, but you could say who you voted for. One day, someone's gonna find these links and they're just gonna erase all of our show notes because these are all publicly editable, like anonymously editable.
There's a subreddit for it called Open Directories.
You need to get the fuck off Reddit, my man.
You just hit the... Don't look this up. You just hit the random button. It's like gambling or Wall Street bets.
Same thing.
Yeah, bro. How about puts? These are the same notes?
Yeah, the bottom shit is I just copy and paste them, so I gotta erase these
I was
first.
like, I don't remember writing this. What happened to me this week, honestly? Oh, yeah.
The world is so hard to exist in. Stop, bitch.
I'll go into further detail.
All right. That's all of my notes. I really don't have anything going on in my life. I mean, I have a lot going on in my life, but nothing that belongs on this thing. I bought a Coogee sweater.
I don't know what that is.
You know the sweaters that Notorious B.I.G. used to wear? The like cozy looking shits. They're like a Cosby sweater.
Listen, I don't know. I know the name Notorious B.I.G., but I don't actually know what he looks like.
He's a large gentleman who wore sweaters a lot.
Okay.
And there's a brand of sweater that he liked to wear called Coogee. They're made in Australia. Mm-hmm. And they have just these kind of like very, I don't know what the word would be. They're kind of dense prints, but they're not like chaotic. There's just a lot there. And they don't really have a pattern. Like they'll be like half pattern and half not. But anyway, it's hard to describe. I can look it up, but it doesn't really matter because they're all kind of different. It looks like someone is mixing paint and it's in the middle of the paint mixing process. You know what I mean? When you get the white base and then you put all the colors in it. It's like if you looked halfway through it type shit.
Okay.
I bought one of those and I'm so excited.
Ooh. It's going to be sweater weather soon.
That's what we've been saying for a month.
Listen, you were the one who told me last week I live here, and I should know better than to get my hopes up for the weather being nice in October.
Yeah, no, it's not going to be nice in October.
It'll be nice in November.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I'm looking forward to.
November, December, January are the only months that are like comfortably sweater weather.
February. Parts of February, like the early part of February.
Yeah, like up to the 3rd of February. And
I'd say the first week of February is kind of nice still.
We have different definitions of nice. If I can feel the sun on me at all, that's just not nice.
Sunblock, bro.
Yeah, because you could still feel the heat of it even if you're wearing sunblock.
Yeah, that is true. It takes the sting away.
I'm also anti-sunblock for life. Sounds like a new world order to me, bro. I don't think that was on the thing, the mic, so no one will know what we're talking about with the New World Order. You and I will know.
Oh my god. So there's this a subreddit I go on, and it's called Make Your Choice. And it's just a subreddit where people choose your own adventures, and you gotta kind of like...
I think you told me about this before.
Yeah. I probably have. Like, I talk about it a lot. And because I like it. It's very interesting and fun and kind of unique. Mm-hmm. And one of them is you're a fairy tale judge. And basically, like, fairy tale people come to you with their problems, and you're supposed to make a legal decision based on the information provided. It's very interesting and very fun.
What's an example?
So, for example, Hansel and Gretel. That's their names, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, Hansel and Gretel end up making like a pastry shop, and then Gretel gets upset with Hansel, and they want to split off and make their own pastry shop. But there was a patent on the pastry recipe, and so the question is brought to you is, can Gretel make the same pastries that she was making when they were partnered together? And so you have to like read through like.
Do you have to like become a lawyer for that though?
Yeah, well, you don't have to become you're not setting real legal precedent. It's just for fun. But yeah, you can like read it and try to make a decision based on that.
Yeah, but if you're arguing that something is legal, you have to understand why it would be legal. So you kind of do have to become like a lawyer. Otherwise, you're just saying wrong things.
Yeah. In this case, I said that she couldn't use the exact same recipe because of patent law.
That's how lawyers work. Because of the law, you can't do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's basically how lawyers work.
Yeah,
It's
but
like
you
the law
have
plus
to talk
precedent.
about the law itself.
Yeah, okay, so I mean, like intellectual property, right? If there's a patent on it and it's not owned by the individuals, it's owned by the corporation, right? So they have like a pastry making corporation, and a corporation owns it. That means legally a corporation is its own entity. And so if that owns the patent, it's whoever is working / owns that can use that. Like whoever that corporation decides can use it. But if you're not part of that corporation, the corporation says you can't use it, then you can't use it.
What if I am messing around in the kitchen one day and I stumble upon the exact recipe for Coca-Cola and I make this and sell this as Joe-Cola?
Okay.
No, actually that's too close. I'm gonna call it Joe Cola.
Okay.
No, okay.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If Coca-Cola comes to me and says, "Don't do that, that's our recipe," didn't they just tell me that's the recipe? And
they did.
How is that? Like, I stumbled upon it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the problem is that you are selling their recipe, and they would give you a cease and desist. And if you don't, then they would take you to court.
But it's not my fault that this is their recipe.
No, but it is their proprietary information. That's like, okay, so if you wrote a random code generator and you randomly generated all of Amazon's code, it would still be illegal for you to run Amazon.
But I think the thing I'm saying is I'm not willingly breaking anything or like infringing on any ideas because I don't know that was your idea.
Right. Well, that's why you get the cease and desist. They ask you to stop before they're like bringing the lawyers. And then if you decide not to stop, then they'll sue you.
Okay, but then, Mr. Lawyer Man, if I get this cease and desist from Coca-Cola, and then I'm just like, okay, I'll stop. And then all I say is, hey, everybody, I don't know anything for sure, but I do know this exact thing was my recipe, and this is what I got from Coca-Cola telling me to stop. I'm not saying anything. But you just published the recipe for Coca-Cola.
Yeah, that's fine. You just can't sell it.
But am I not being detrimental? Like, if I did the same open source, or if I did the code generator thing and I got someone's algorithm magically, and then they said stop, that's our algorithm, and then I put it up, that's...
I don't know. I don't know that. This wasn't part of the question, and also I'm not a lawyer.
I know. It's fun to think about because I think it's such a weird thing.
I'll send it to you because it takes you like 2 hours because it's ultra dense and has so much information in it, and I think you might enjoy it.
Do you feel like you're learning anything valuable, or is it just kind of like...
Nah, it's straight up just for fun.
Yeah.
It's just fun. I don't know. I like it. It's very... I didn't sit down for 2 hours one day and was like, I'm gonna make legal precedent for all of these. I was like, I'll do like 1 or 2 of these at a time over the course of like a week. But I did all of them. They're very fun. I'll find it and I'll send it to you again.
I'm trying to not be on Reddit.
Don't be on Reddit. It's on Imgur, or Imgur, as I've been told it's actually called.
I'm fairly certain it's Imager. Because you need a vowel in between those two things.
Telling me that I've gotten it wrong twice.
No, it's Imgur. Just keep fucking it up. Okay.
Oh God. What's your song of the week?
I'll play the songs right now.
Okay.
The beat goes for 10 more seconds.
Ooh.
All right, that's that. Yeah, no, I'm not talking about...
I know.
Weird.
It's hard.
I was thinking, so Joe Budden, on the Joe Budden podcast, they do this where they play music, and they do that, and they talk, but the audio dude really like brings down or he like changes the noise gate or whatever he does. But the same thing that we would do, or the thing that we would do is change the noise gate to be really, really high. So we basically need to talk like right on the thing, but it's like a muffled version of their voice, but you can't hear the background music. So they like do something like that. Not saying we should do that. It's just a way that we could in the future.
Another way we might get away with doing it too is if we just had headsets.
Yes.
And so just you and I could hear the song, and then we put them on to hear them and then take them off.
That would be more equipment to bring in my giant fucking IKEA bag, but yeah, we could do that. Also, I mean, it's just about like Content ID just says you can't monetize this. It's not a copyright strike. It's just YouTube saying, hey, we found this in your video and you can't make money off of this. we don't make money off of this, so it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Is the only thing is like if we have 5 million people who listen to this and then they all go back to episode 52 and we want to monetize that, we couldn't. But like, anyway, it's just a whatever. It's a whatever type of thing.
Yeah. I got you.
I watched more of that show, the anime, Rent a Girlfriend.
Oh yeah. How was it?
I'm on like episode 4 now.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine.
Oh no, you really were enjoying it last week.
I think it's just more of it's like a fun idea, and then as you watch it more, and you're just like, it's just that. Like, there's not really a whole lot going on. Like that first episode is basically the entire show, and it's just like, ooh, lying to our friends, ooh, you kissed a girl, ooh. I don't give a shit, but I mean, I'm still watching it. It's just something to watch. But it's kind of funny. It's funny enough, you know.
Yeah, my mom was like, my 600-pound life is finished. What's Joseph watching when he works out? And I was like, oh, I don't know, because I'm not gonna be like, I was watching this anime called Rent a Girlfriend.
Yeah, the 600-pound life is like real motivating, and I stopped watching it though during that. I started watching Undercover Boss. I hate that.
That show is so garbo.
It's so fake.
Yeah.
And it's like if I was working on as a fry cook, and then some 50-year-old man was like, "Hey, I'm trying to learn your job," and then it's just like I'm telling you this story about how my life is fucking tragic. I have 19 kids, and it's like, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Every single time, it's like some tragic story.
That's what I told my mom, I was like, this seems super scripted. And she's like, what? How? And I was like, nobody tells anyone their life story when they work minimum wage.
Yeah.
When you work minimum wage, you show up, you punch in your hours, and you dip. You're out of there as fast as you can. And you hope to God no one's like, could you work a double?
Yeah. Yeah. Or it's like, you just go smoke weed behind the dumpster and then just pretend that you did work that you didn't do, like fucking clean or whatever. Yeah. Like, that's your job. You don't talk about life and stuff.
No, not on that level anyway. I mean, I'm sure you do with people you've gotten to know over time. It's not like somebody rolled in and within a week you're like, my father, he has tuberculosis.
He is tuberculosis.
Yeah, he is tuberculosis. Being around him instantaneously gives everyone tuberculosis.
Yeah.
TV, yo.
But it's every single time. I saw the one for, I want to say it was Wiener Schnitzel. And it's like it feels regional, because like I've never saw a Wiener Schnitzel when I was in Washington, but there's like the one on 6th here and a couple others. And that one seemed weird. But of course, every single person you talked to was like, you know, my kid has to work 3 jobs to support us or whatever. It's like, I don't give a shit. I don't care. And he's like, here's $20K for a vacation. I'm a good person. This is marketing for Wiener Schnitzel. Yeah.
I feel like Undercover Boss maybe started as being legitimate, and there was one that Gordon, or maybe it's not Gordon Ramsay. One of the chefs used to do one where they would like go and like show up at a restaurant undercover and experience it. That one felt more real, because I felt like those chefs were legitimately upset sometimes.
Yeah.
When they're like, you served me straight up garbo. All right. Like, what?
Yeah. I feel like once the idea is out that this show exists, the whole thing is ruined, because anybody will suspect it, and it's super obvious once you see it. Yeah. But the chef thing, I feel like you can kind of blend more, because it's not just like.
I mean, food critics and like health inspectors do it all the time. So.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but they don't like get behind the kitchen, be like, "Hey, coworker."
No, yeah, but the chef ones, they don't do it either. They're like, "Oh, I ordered food and it was garbaggio," so I got back there and I yelled it, and I like Gordon Ramsay's the most, because he just shouts at people. Yeah. And I don't like getting yelled at, but I like watching other people get yelled at.
I have a thing for getting yelled at.
No.
Yeah, no, I don't know.
You gotta keep this next part in the podcast.
Okay.
Joseph showed up to my house an hour before he was supposed to.
I did.
But he knows that there's a way into my house that I've told him about.
You're going to put that on the internet?
Yeah, I mean, like, listen. I've given Joseph permission to enter my home when I'm not here. But instead, he went on a drive for an hour and then didn't show up later.
I feel like that's the reasonable thing to do. It's like I had a full tank of gas. The sun was setting and it was beautiful. The sun was like a giant. It looked like Star Wars. It was fucking awesome. was like, I'm just gonna go for a drive.
Yeah.
I was gonna go to Best Buy and then decided against it because I don't need more 4K Blu-rays that I'll never watch.
No joke, the sunset out here is insane. There's art for I don't remember the band, but I think it's Valis Alps that I listen to, and one of their albums, like their album cover, is like a big sunset, and you just see like the gradient of color from like really dark blue to like orange. And out here, you literally see that transition from like right above you is like black, like pitch black, and then it transitions down into like dark navy, down to like you get like a real sliver of like midday sky blue, and then it's like real orange.
Yeah,
it's quite nice.
Yeah, that was the thing. Like living in Seattle, and it was just used to like the light pollution or whatever. You couldn't even see stars at night. You couldn't see really anything. So here, whenever I come back, and like especially out near my mom, it's very flat and empty. You just see mountains and stuff in the back. So same kind of out here. It's like there's pieces of civilization in the middle of like the fucking desert out here. It's very different, even from Tucson. So yeah, I don't know. Just enjoyed the sunset, and it was kind of like I'll drive around and.
Yeah, the only thing I don't like really is the moon doesn't get into the sky until quite late. In like probably like now is when the moon is going to be up.
Yeah.
And so it's like I'm walking during a new moon for a lot of my walk with my dog.
I mean, I have pretty bright like LED headlights, and I couldn't see shit out there, and I knew that you were walking the dog at the same time, and I was like, you're gonna die one of these days. It's fucking terrifying.
I mean, I ran into some stuff that I'd like to not run into. That's for sure.
That's what we were talking about before. You didn't have a plan for that shit, because I mean, like,
yeah.
It'll be one of these tragic things where I come back and listen to these old episodes of the podcast, and I'm just like, hey man, maybe don't do that. And you're like, I'll be fine, and then you're fucking dead. You know what I mean? I'm just like listening to you saying you're gonna be fine.
The other day, I should just leave dog stuff on all these podcasts.
It will always be a thing because
it really is.
She's like 25% of your life.
I come back with like crazy stories every time. Literally this past week, we ran into a duo of coyotes, and Sapphire is so brave when it comes to stuff like that. She legitimately, I had to like sit on top of her to stop her from going after them.
How close were they?
Probably from like me to that door. So maybe like
20 feet?
Yeah, maybe 20 feet or less, yeah.
That's insane.
Like I could make out like individual hairs on them.
What's the plan there? What do you do?
Coyotes are pretty coward. Like they're basically like, okay, so here's the deal. There's two types of coyotes. There's coyotes with rabies and coyotes without rabies. With rabies, I have to fight this coyote to the death. Without rabies, they'll run away.
Okay.
And because it was in a duo, my assumption would normally be that they don't have rabies. Also because they just ran away. They definitely are like, they're not super brave. Most animals don't generally want to throw hands, if that makes sense.
Did you see the video of that dude walking away from like what was it?
A mountain lion?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, fuck off, dude.
Yeah, that's what you're supposed to do. Yeah. So like for mountain lions, if you're wearing sunglasses, you're supposed to take them off. Because like big cats, they don't like to have direct eye contact when they're on the hunt. So if you make direct eye contact and you're standoffish with them, generally they'll back away. Now that's not 100% guaranteed, because like an angry lion or tiger is going to be like, pfft.
Or a hungry one.
Yeah, or a mountain lion.
Yeah.
I think like the only big cat I could reliably take is a cheetah, I think.
Just you saying you can reliably take a cheetah is fucking insane.
I think so. I think I have like a 54% win rate against cheetahs if I
Based on what data?
Just knowing a little bit about cheetahs and knowing that I weigh a little bit more than a cheetah, and that cheetahs have fewer weapons than other big cats.
But if how do you fight a cheetah? What does a cheetah do to you, and how do you counter that?
Well, I don't really know if cheetahs are aggressive to people or not, but I imagine if one came at me, I would just have to protect my neck basically, and I'd eventually wear it down, because the cheetah has like no stamina, and because cheetahs need insane amounts of traction for how fast they go in their turns and stuff, their claws are always out, so they're relatively dull. So really, like, it's only its mouth that I really, really need to worry about. And I'll probably take the scratches.
I don't know, man. Any kind of big cat like that, I just assume it's going to kill me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, cheetahs are generally pretty fragile. They're one of the more fragile animals that are out there.
you could just like smack it around a couple times and you're
Yeah.
done.
Yeah. I mean, their bones are like super, sorry, like they're not ultra dense because they need to be kind of lightweight to run as fast as they, basically they're totally designed to be as fast as they possibly could be. So they cut corners when it comes to like head-on confrontation. That's why I think I could reliably take one. Whereas most other big cats, they definitely didn't cut corners for head-on confrontation.
We should figure this out. We should crowdfund a fight between get the whole thing, you know?
Between me and a cheetah.
Yeah, get you in the ring. Make sure all the documents are proper. So
Yeah. Do you want to hear? I have a couple crazy facts about cheetahs. Would you like to hear them?
Sure.
Cheetahs actually originated in North America to hunt. I believe they're called pronghorn, and pronghorn are still here, but the cheetahs aren't. Basically, like pronghorn are so insanely fast. The only thing that could hunt them is a cheetah, and the cheetahs just couldn't ride here anymore, basically, which pronghorns made it. And cheetahs went through a genetic bottleneck. So actually, cheetahs' genetic diversity is like insanely small. Like, I think it was like maybe a couple hundred breeding pairs survived and made it to Africa, which is where they live right now. Yeah. So like cheetahs are not super genetically robust, and they also no longer are in North America.
Well, then you're safe from them at least. Well, I mean, actually, you're not safe because that means that any mountain or any cat thing you run into will not be a cheetah and it'll fuck you up.
Yeah.
So it's actually you're less safe.
Yeah. Also, I mean, where we live, cheetahs wouldn't have lived anyway. They need like wide open grassy plains, not like rocky outcroppings and cactus. Can you imagine running 70 miles per hour into a saguaro?
No.
Yeah. I don't think they'd do super well.
I couldn't imagine running at 7 miles an hour. This is not even close to anything I can think of.
I bet you could move more than 7 miles an hour.
I think the fastest I've ever run was when my friend's dog was chasing me. It was a giant Rottweiler, and I thought I was going to die. So in that moment, yeah, I need like the motivator. If it's just like run, I'm not going to do it.
You gotta work up to it. It's all steady. What did I tell you? Continuous incremental progress.
Yeah. On the Golden Gate Bridge, they have a little thing that shows you the speed of like how fast the thing is moving by. I think it's for bikers because there's a bike lane on the Golden Gate Bridge. And when we were there like 5-6 years ago, I tried running and I hit like a high number. I don't remember what it was, but I was like fucking sprinting. Yeah. I was going for it.
Hell yeah.
I couldn't do that today.
Nice.
That was a long time ago.
A bear runs faster than a human can sprint.
I believe it.
But a bear can't run downhill.
They just roll.
They do, because their front arms are longer than their back legs, so they tumble. So if you ever get chased by like a grizzly, run downhill and pray to God that you can turn a corner faster than it can get back up.
I don't know. I feel like I would never try in those situations because I just feel like I'm gonna die. You know what I mean? It's kind of like let it happen.
Yeah, but like if you live, you know how crazy that would be.
I think the closest I ever have gotten to death was that thing last year, and that I never want to be in that kind of situation again. And I'm not gonna have like a heroic tale about how I just barely made it away from a bear. It's like, nah, that bear fucking killed me. I can't tell that story.
No.
No.
That's unfortunate.
Maybe, I don't know. Whatever, I'll try.
We're different people.
I mean, obviously, I'm saying this because it has never happened, but you get the fight or flight thing when it really does happen, and everything that you think that you're gonna do goes away, and you just kind of act.
There's actually a third one. It's fight, or shock, instantaneous shock, and you freeze up.
That might happen too. No, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I can't estimate. I kind of just have to see it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just gotta fight a bear and see what happens.
I don't think I could take a bear.
No, you couldn't.
No, I don't think I could. I think I could take like a koala bear.
Yeah.
I don't think I could take anything above my weight class.
Aren't koala bears like poisonous or some shit?
No, not poisonous. They have chlamydia or gonorrhea. One or both of those. Yeah.
Is that just spread by like being around it, or like touching it?
I think you need to
get down with it.
Yeah, I think you need to do the dirty with it.
I'm good then. That's not a high risk for me.
Yeah, but they do eat. I think they eat eucalyptus leaves, which are poisonous, which means that their brain is basically fried 24/7. So they're very dumb.
Yeah.
I like from what I understand, a koala won't eat leaves that aren't on a branch and won't drink water that isn't in a puddle. So like during the fires in Australia, people were trying to like water bottle onto koalas, and they were just drowning the koalas because the koalas were just like, ah, and then they died from it. Like they don't register that that's water and they can drink it. They would just drown.
Is the like disease and grossness the deterrent for their predators? Is that how they're still alive?
No, most of their predators died. And also koalas were already super endangered, and I think now they're functionally like critically.
Oh, it's getting worse.
Yeah. Well, after the fires, like I think it was like 80 to 90% of their environment got toast.
Yeah.
So yeah, their recovery is going to be either long and drawn out, or it's never going to happen.
It just sounds like a sloth where it's like incapable of surviving outside of like this like, weird
Very
miracle.
specific. Yeah. A lot of animals are like that. It's rare to find like a generalist animal, which is why like people, dogs, like canines being as generalist as they are. One that's like kind of surprising to people is leopards. Leopards live like in big cities in parts of Asia, like in India and stuff. Like they'll just be a leopard living there that no one knows about, hunting and eating like dogs and stuff.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I just want to live in my house all day and not worry about things like
I love it. I love it. I yeah. It's so interesting.
Yeah, it is. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know anything about animals besides like, I don't know. I like sloths. They're cool. You know, that's like the extent of my knowledge. They're funny and slow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You ready to hop into this one?
I am.